All right, folks, you better hold on to your head because after I show you this mind blowing info, your brain might explode. So, I've told you that Tom Hanks, in a lot of his movies, has Elvis references. Okay, he's connected to this Elvis thing, and he's even connected to Seattle with that movie Sleepless in Seattle. But anyway, so he has a new movie coming out in June of next year with this guy on the right, Austin Butler, who's playing Elvis, because it's an Elvis movie, and Tom Hanks is playing Elvis's manager, Tom Parker, in the movie. And remember, I told you that Tom Hanks, he was the first famous person to get the C-19 sickness. Okay? Him and his wife. He was the first famous person. And what was he doing? He was about to film that Elvis Presley movie, the one I'm talking about. So he was the first famous person. See, again, it's connected to Tom Hanks and Elvis and the C-19 sickness. So I'm about to show you a sneak peek at this movie, and the guy who put out the sneak peek, he put it in like a tweet. It's the director. His name is Baz Luhrmann. LUREmann. That's right. Elvis is gonna lure the man straight to hell. That's right. Anyway, this is Baz Luhrmann. Now listen, okay, because of the bright lights, it's hard to film it from cell phone to cell phone, so it's going to be bad quality, but you'll get the message. Don't worry about it. So this is the sneak peek, and in the first scene, what they show is this shadowy figure right here with wearing a cowboy hat, but it looks like the devil's horns, you see? One on each side. And there's Elvis, and then look, there's a cross in the background. But you know what this is? This is like a ride at a fair, and it's just swinging back and forth. But it just, what's the chances that the very first scene is a sneak peek sent out by the director, has the cross and the devil's horn shadowy figure, this is the guy Tom Hanks is playing, Colonel Tom Parker. And this is Elvis right here. Like I said, it's going to be bad quality. Now watch. And look when he sent out this tweet. Okay, even the time is significant, but forget about that. It's November 15th. 11, 1 and 5. 1 and 5 equals 6. So it's 11-6, which is the 6-11 backwards. Because I told you that you're going to see the image of Elvis somehow manifest in Seattle. Okay, on 6-11. And my second prediction is Trump gets his head wound on August 4th, Obama's birthday in Ohio. And the reason I'm pointing to both of them is because they are the devil twins. Okay? And Elvis is going to be the mark of the beast, and Trump is also the mark of the beast because he kind of looks like Elvis. And speaking about the mark, look, the director, his full name is Baz Mark. It's got the mark in it. You see that? So in that sneak peek I showed you, the release date, they showed it, 6/24. So look, it got changed from 6/3 to 6/24. And why is this important? Because not only is it going to be released in June, because I told you Elvis appears on June 11th in Seattle. Look, 6/24. Because see, June 24th on our calendar is June 11th on the calendar we used to use, which was the Julian calendar. So 6/24 is June 11th, the 6/11 when Elvis returns. And for the people who live in America, you remember how big this story was. There was a tower that fell. It was called the condo collapse in Surfside, Florida. It collapsed on 6/24, which is the 6/11. Okay, because I told you there's going to be a collapse in Seattle. Like something's big's going to happen. All right, and Elvis somehow manifests. That condo collapse was just predictive programming for what's coming on June 11th. Now let's see why Baz Luhrmann was chosen. Baz LUREmann. Look at his numbers. 130, 49, 167, 59 is what it equals. Just remember those four numbers. It equals the exact same as the words serpent seed. Exact same numbers as Baz Luhrmann, because I told you Elvis is the serpent. And Baz Luhrmann, like I said, it equals the same as serpent seed. Even this front number right here, just remember this front number. That front number equals the same as Washington, because Seattle is in Washington. You see? Just this front number only equaled the same as Baz Luhrmann. And Washington equals the exact same as the serpent. See, the other one, Baz Luhrmann, was serpent seed. Washington, everything equals the exact same as the serpent, because Elvis is the serpent. And remember how I showed you that this black guy was under the serpent mask on the show called The Masked Singer? And his name was Dr. Elvis Francois. You see, Elvis was the serpent. You see, the serpent on The Masked Singer. And this came out before the C-19 sickness, where now we're all wearing masks and Elvis is the singer. Do you get it? And look at this thing. It's like a squid. You see, it's a snake and a squid, because the beast out of the sea is like a kraken. This thing is a kraken, because Elvis is the goat, the beast out of the sea in Seattle. Anyway, like I said, Tom Hanks is fully connected to Elvis and the charade. And this guy who's playing Elvis in the movie that's coming out in June called Elvis, this guy's name is Austin Butler. So Austin Butler, he's born on August 17th. And why is this important? Because August 17th on our calendar used to be August 4th on the Julian calendar, which connects back to what I just told you, because I had two predictions, Elvis 6/11 and Trump head wound August 4th in Ohio. See, August 4th, 8/4. Austin Butler's birthday is 8/17. 8/17 is 8/4 on the Julian calendar. And you'll see in a moment why I'm showing you this. So June 11th, the day I'm telling you Elvis manifests in Seattle after a catastrophic event, is the 162nd day of the year. Okay? 162. So Austin Butler, the guy who's playing Elvis, this is how he spells his name. Look what it equals. 162 forward, 162 backwards. I mean, can you believe this? You see what I'm saying? Because the 162nd day of the year is June 11th. This is why this guy was chosen. Don't you understand? And the connection to Austin is with Dr. Evil, who played Austin, who's, Austin Powers movie. And Evil's, look, they said Evil's lair, because Evil's is an anagram for Elvis. Also the word lives, because Elvis lives. Anyway, Evil's lair is atop the Space Needle in Seattle. And I told you, it's all about the Space Needle. Look, so basically it's saying Elvis's headquarters is in the Seattle Space Needle. But here's something interesting. Look, first they say it was at the Starbucks headquarters is in the Space Needle, right, for Dr. Evil. But then look, it says it moved to a Caribbean island volcano. See, there's a clue right there, maybe, because with this La Palma volcano, and there's volcanoes even in Washington State. And look, there's 5 volcanoes in Washington State, and look what it says: east of Seattle, right? MT, Mount Baker, Glacier Peak, Mount Rainier, Mount Adams, and Mount whatever else. I forget the other one. Mount St. Helens, maybe. I can't remember. But what's important is it says MT, and that's the Memphis, Tennessee, where Elvis died, MT, because his tomb is empty. Get it? I showed you that in the other video. MT is super important because it equals 33 also, the letters M and T. And for the people who know the I Pet Goat video, I've shown this before in the past, how there's a volcano erupting in the background, and look, her palm, she's holding something in her palm, and it's right next to the volcano erupting. And then this happens where something out of the ground comes. It's like a Jesus figure, and then everything explodes. This is the scene in Seattle, and look, it's round, like the top of the Space Needle, and you're going to see Elvis, you see? Like I said, I don't know how Elvis is going to manifest, or his name, or his whatever, just his image. It's not going to be the real Elvis, but he's going to end up being the mark of the beast. And it reminds me of this scene. This is in the Vatican. Okay, it's some kind of statue, some kind of artwork. And look, it looks like the horns of a ram or a goat, and one of its eyes is missing. Anyway, and it's got this figure who's supposed to be Jesus coming out of a blast. And this thing is called, this abomination, this artwork is called the Resurrection. And look what it says. It says something about a nuclear war, and it depicts Jesus rising from a nuclear crater in the Garden of Gethsemane. You see? And this sculpture was built 1 month after Elvis died. Was finished in 1977, the same year Elvis died. Same year. Anyway, like I said, Tom Hanks is, fully involved in this charade about Elvis. And even his son was involved in this charade. Tom Hanks' son. So this is Tom Hanks' son, Chet. And look, so, he's made all kinds of crazy videos. I'm not saying he's crazy, but you know what I'm saying. All right. He's trying to make us look crazy, actually. And look when Chet Hanks was born. You see? August 4th. Which connects back to my predictions again. I told you my second prediction is Trump gets his head wound on Obama's birthday, August 4th, in Ohio. Trump gets a head wound and survives. And his name is Chet, right? But in Hebrew, it can be pronounced Het, the Het symbol. And look, the Het symbol kind of looks like Elvis's and Trump's hair, more like Elvis, and this could be the sideburns. And this could end up being the mark of the beast, what you're seeing right here. You see what I'm saying? It kind of looks like Elvis's hair and sideburns. Kind of like this, the long sideburns in his hair. Listen, folks, there's different ways to spell this Het symbol, whatever. But look at this. The Het is the number 8 in Hebrew. Okay? So if you were to get 2 of these, it'd be 8 and 8, right? Which is the 88. If in the Back to the Future connection, with Trump connected to that, the word Trump equals 88. You understand? 88. If you had 2 of these. Trump and Elvis are the devil twins. And when was Elvis born? Elvis was born on the 8th day. You see? And he died in the 8th month. And 2 times 8 is 16. You see? And Trump was born in the 6th month, right? And Elvis was born in the 1st month. Makes 1 6. And that's what I just showed you with the 16. 2 times 8 is 16. You understand? And that's why Trump has to get his head wound on August 4th in Ohio. It has to be on the 8th month. Listen, if you watch my last video, you know, about the MT and the TM, about where Elvis was born, having to do with the 16/20/2016, you'd understand why the 8/4 date has to be the head wound day. Because it connects to Elvis's death day, August 16th. But anyway, forget about that. I told you, folks, what I'm doing right here is trying to explain the unexplainable. All right? That's why it's so complicated and people don't understand that all of this is supernatural, what you're seeing. I told you this is being led by the Holy Spirit. If you don't understand that, then I'm sorry that you don't. It's sad. Oh, and I'm sure some of you guys noticed this, and I didn't catch it the first time when I saw it. But Elvis's home, Graceland in Memphis, Tennessee. Look, it has the 116 in it. The last 3 numbers is 611116. I mean, can you believe this? Anyway, folks, end of video. You should watch the video from the beginning and watch it again for the important parts about the movie that's coming out in June. Anyway, end of video.